Hello, my name's Andrew, and as some of you may know, last month I had like the worst day ever as a YouTuber when my $700 filmmaking camera just broke out of the blue. And the reason it was so devastating is because I've been working really hard for the past year to save up $5,000 for a deposit on a Ford Transit van to do the whole van life thing. And I was like this close. I had $4,000 saved up, and I was like on the cusp of moving out of my mom's house and like starting this whole new chapter in my life, which I've been working towards for a really, really long time. So I went out to the garage in my mom's house, in my mom's car, and just recorded this vlog about it because I was completely distraught. I didn't know what to do. I was out of motivation, and honestly, I was just feeling like quitting YouTube at that point because I had just been through so much and it felt like the universe was just going to continue to put obstacles in my path and I was like never going to get there. It was like, what else is going to go wrong? I mean, I'm just going to have some kind of expense come up, some other problem, some other piece of gear is going to break. I don't know, like the asteroid is going to like slam into the earth and destroy civilization before I can get my van. So I was in a really dark place and I posted the video, and then I woke up the next morning and there were like 30 comments from people just like offering support and also donations, to the point where I was able to get the camera replaced and start making YouTube videos again, which I'm incredibly thankful for. It was just amazing, and we're going to talk about that. But one of the other things that happened is that I realized the camera wasn't completely broke. The back screen was broke, the audio jack was broke, so it was basically useless for filmmaking. However, the camera has this like little viewfinder, kind of like a traditional film camera. And I was thinking about like, how do I pay this like really nice thing that my audience have done for me back, pay it forward somehow. And so I was thinking my dad is actually a traditional black and white film photographer. And he has this like really long process. Like anyone who knows anything about film photography, it's like really a really beautiful craft. It's very traditional and whatever, but it's a pain. So it's really hard for him to go from taking a picture and not knowing how it's going to turn out, and then having to like go into the dark room and develop it and make prints and all this stuff. So I thought, like, what if I give him this camera that at least has a little viewfinder for him to look through? And I don't know, he might really enjoy it. And so I went over to an art show that he was doing with some of his work, and so I was like, Dad, do you want a digital camera? And
Old school guy.
I have to
Yeah.
document this for for history.
Yeah.
At first, he was, I don't know, he was sort of reluctant because he's a bit technologically challenged and he's very skeptical of like technology in general, which is one reason why he's been doing black and white photography, because he just likes analog things. And so he's kind of messing around with it, and it was really funny. He looked like a cyclops holding the camera up, it's got that like eye in front, and he was just like trying to take pictures of things, and he got kind of frustrated at first because there's so many like dials and settings and all this stuff, and I didn't know if he was going to use it. I just thought it might like end up in his closet or something. But then about a week later, we went on a hike to this really beautiful place with like a stream and a dog park and whatever. And he actually brought the camera along without me even saying anything, which was cool. And I walked out onto this log that was going like across the creek, and he just like took a portrait of me. And I think in that moment he kind of got it, just like the ease of taking a picture with a digital camera, not necessarily to make art or anything, but just for the fun of it, because he has to go through such a long process to be able to see the pictures that he's taking, or even to figure out if something might look good. And he thought it was pretty cool. And then he snapped a few other pictures of like this meadow and some sunlight and stuff like that. And I don't know, ever since he's been having fun with it. And I think it's been really useful for him just to be able to see things when he's planning a photo. Because a lot of times he doesn't know how things are going to turn out. And then also sometimes like anyone that's a photographer knows this, but you can run out of light really fast. So one thing that can happen if you're a traditional black and white photographer is that like by the time you set the camera up and like calculate the exposure and everything, like the moment is gone. So I think it's a pretty cool way to like take this disastrous thing that happened to me and like transform it with the help of you guys into something really cool. But more than that, I feel like this experience has sort of, I don't know, restored my faith in humanity to some extent, because as a YouTuber, it feels like a very dog-eat-dog world. Like, I just constantly have to be posting videos, and I have this worry about, like, if I don't post enough, if I don't post the right things, if I don't bring the right energy to my videos, people are just going to stop watching, they're going to stop clicking, they're going to stop commenting or whatever, and So it's hard. I mean, the algorithm is brutal. If you like make one mistake, it's like your channel drops off and then your money drops off, and I don't know. It's really hard to survive on YouTube is what I'm saying. So I think just like waking up that morning and seeing all these really nice things that people had written and just having this moment where I could have given up, honestly. I think I've been through so much hard work with this channel, just trying to survive, trying to get my income up, trying to get the van, that sometimes when something like this happens to you, it could just wreck you. It's just sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back. So I don't know. I guess you guys were like the back brace on the camel or something like that. I'm sure there's a better metaphor for it, but it was just really nice to realize, not to realize, but just to feel like there are people on the other end of all of these radio waves that are coming back and forth between YouTube videos and people that are watching YouTube videos. So thank you again. It really meant a lot to me. And now I'm in this point where I'm planning maybe this week to go buy a van. So I don't know. The next time I record a vlog, it might be inside of a van. It's not 100% guaranteed. I have about 4 different options to look at, but it's very exciting. And I don't know that I would have gotten there if, I didn't have your guys' support and just like wake up to that morning. So thank you again. Thank you for watching all of these years and commenting and sharing and giving me feedback and all of that stuff that keeps the channel going. I really appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.